Memories of Mikuyu Wildlife. Half a mile from the back of my new house in Africa is the Likangala River, a tributary of the Shiri. People are frightened to go there after dark. Daddy says bad men came down this river long, long ago to capture people and turn them into slaves. Some say it's haunted, that mysterious dancing lights appear at night on the farther bank, luring you to follow. If you swim over to these will-o'-the-wisps, you will disappear. You will never be seen again. Wake up, Mwana. Mwana means child. Mummy calls me that because I'm only 5. It's still dark this morning as she shakes me out of sleep. I'm getting up this early to hear the dawn chorus down beside the river. When I step outside, the air is still cool with night, and the grass is wet on my legs. The world looks different, softer. We set off along the half-mile of narrow track that leads through the long grass to the water. Daniel, who's from the Yao tribe, goes ahead barefoot with a yellow torch. He bangs his stick to ward off snakes. Very important to do this, he explains. Snakes feel the drums through the earth. They run away quickly, quickly. Then he curses loudly at the baboons that come from their trees to watch and chatter at our strange outing. It feels like forever for my small, tired feet to cross the fields to the woods. The elephant grass is so high. The band of trees that marks where the deep brown river runs through the red sand stays so far away. Before we get there, the sky turns pale yellow, and the first bird begins to sing. Then another, and another. Soon every bird in the world has joined in an almost unbearably loud hymn to the dawn that makes my head spin and my blood race. As the sun appears, red, just above the long grass, we reach the shining Likangala. We sit high on a rock overlooking the spangled water, listening to the concert. There must be so many birds to sing so many different songs. I didn't know birdsong was so beautiful. As the sun rises higher, the sound gradually dies away. I scramble down the steep slope to the edge of the water to trail my hands in its coolness. The mica in the sand around me sparkles like fairy gold. I gasp at the treasure, but as I bend to scoop shards of the gleaming metal, my mother laughs, and the baboons mock me with cackles of wild glee. Fool's gold, Mummy says, and she tells me that this is mica, not real gold. But I put some in my dressing gown pockets anyway. Fool's gold! Fool's gold! Fool! Fool! Shriek the baboons at me. All the way home these creatures boo, chatter and grimace, their teeth bared under their long dog-like muzzles, their naked pink bottoms flashing rudely at me as they leap from branch to branch, driving the humans out of their forest. My new world is filled with noise. There's no silence in Mikuyu. The general background din of crickets and cicadas that Mummy calls ziziters grow deafening after rain. When a storm has passed and the rain eases to heavy drops on our tin roof, the ziziters are joined by 1,000 frogs, and the noise swells to the primeval tumult that the baboons must have heard when they first came to the river. At night we light the paraffin lamps. Round each one, insects swirl in a vast circle. Moths and great flying beetles fly in a noisy hypnotic ring. I try to count them, but I lose count after 40. A few of them are so big that I scream if they land on my hair. Brown and green geckos make sudden dashes up the walls to dine on this nightly feast. Their little feet stick tight as they turn halfway up and crane to watch me with their bright eyes that never shut. The mosquitoes invade the house, in spite of the screens that have been put up on the condi, as I've learnt to call the veranda. They make me itch dreadfully. Mummy scratches her bites so hard they bleed. Daddy goes round with puffers of DDT, sending plumes of fine white dust into the house. It settles on all the surfaces and lies like powder on our hair. In the night, the rains come. The torrent falls on the tin roof. The sound deafens me and booms in my ears. We can't talk. Nothing can compete with the din. After the rain, I slip out of my room, down the hall, and go with Daddy through the French windows at the end of the living room, out onto the condi. The air is full of a heavy, wild scent that I've never known before, and the stars blaze brighter than I've ever seen in the suddenly clean night. The crickets and frogs set up such a deafening chorus that I put my hands over my ears. On hot, damp nights, these creature musicians become the orchestral backing to an astonishing light show. Small green lights pulsate and dance all over the garden as great clouds of fireflies light up in courtship. I beg to stay up late after supper to watch the performance. The female glowworms crawl on the ground. I creep through the wet grass around the house on my hands and knees to inspect them carefully. What kind of magic are they using? Up close to these creatures, I watch in wonder as their glowing abdomens pump fluorescent light to their dancing firefly suitors in synchronized ecstasy. They're trying to attract a mate, says Daddy, so they can make baby glowworms. Dot, 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 dash, 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 dot, dot, dot. I know that means SOS because I've learnt Morse code. Sink or swim, I say. Save our souls. An SOS of love.